Strange signals. In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, humanity had spread its wings, colonizing distant planets and establishing a presence among the stars. Yet they remained a minor player in the grand cosmic theater, overshadowed by the ancient and powerful Galactic Confederation. Dr. Samantha Chen, lead scientist at the Proxima Centauri Research Station, peered intently at her holographic display. For weeks, she had been tracking an anomalous signal emanating from deep space. At first, she dismissed it as background noise, but as the days passed, a pattern emerged, one that defied conventional explanation. "Hey, Dr. Chen," called out her assistant, Jake Thompson, his youthful enthusiasm a stark contrast to the sterile lab environment. "Any luck decoding that weird signal?" Samantha shook her head, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Not yet, Jake, but I'm convinced there's something here. It's like the signal is trying to communicate directly with our DNA." Jake's eyes widened. "Whoa, are you saying it's alive?" Before Samantha could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. Red warning lights bathed the lab in an eerie glow. "Attention all personnel," boomed the station's eye. "Unknown vessels approaching. This is not a drill. Prepare for possible hostile encounter." Samantha and Jake rushed to the nearest viewport. In the inky blackness of space, they saw a sight that chilled them to the bone. A fleet of sleek, biomechanical ships, unlike anything in the human or Confederation arsenal, was rapidly closing in on the station. "Those aren't Confederation ships," Jake whispered, his voice trembling. Samantha's mind raced. The strange signal, these unknown ships, it couldn't be a coincidence. As fear gripped the station, she felt an odd sensation at the base of her skull, a warmth that spread through her body, accompanied by a sense of awakening. Across the station, others reported similar experiences. Some claimed to hear voices, others to see visions of distant worlds and ancient civilizations. In the chaos, Samantha realized a fundamental truth. Humanity was changing, evolving in ways they couldn't yet comprehend. As the alien fleet surrounded the station, a message echoed in the minds of every human aboard. "Children of Earth, your time has come. The gifts of your ancestors stir within you. Embrace your heritage, for you are more than you know. The progenitors have returned, and with them, the key to unlocking your true potential." In that moment, as fear and wonder collided, the first sparks of humanity's cosmic revolution ignited. Unknown to Samantha and her fellow humans, similar scenes were unfolding across every human settlement in the galaxy. An ancient legacy was awakening, and the balance of power in the cosmos was about to shift dramatically. The Galactic Confederation, long accustomed to seeing humans as a primitive species barely worth notice, was about to face a reckoning. For in the DNA of every human lay dormant abilities that would challenge the very foundations of galactic society. As the alien ships prepared to dock with the station, Samantha felt a surge of power coursing through her veins. Her mind expanded, connecting with the thoughts and emotions of everyone aboard. She knew, with a certainty that defied explanation, that humanity's role in the galaxy was about to change forever. The awakening had begun, and the stars themselves would bear witness to the rise of a new cosmic force, humanity unbound. Emergence of power. As the alien ships docked with Proxima Centauri Research Station, panic gripped the human inhabitants. Security teams scrambled to defensive positions, their weapons feeling woefully inadequate against the advanced technology before them. Dr. Samantha Chen stood at the forefront, her mind ablaze with newfound awareness. The strange warmth she had felt earlier now pulsed through her entire being, filling her with an inexplicable sense of purpose and power. The docking bay doors hissed open, revealing figures that seemed to shimmer between humanoid and energy forms. Their leader, a tall being with eyes that held the depth of galaxies, stepped forward. "I am Zarthal, emissary of the progenitors." The being spoke, its voice resonating in their minds rather than their ears. "We have come to awaken the legacy within you." Captain Marcus Reed, the station's military commander, raised his weapon. "Stand down and identify yourselves properly," he demanded, fear and duty warring in his voice. Samantha felt a surge of energy. Without thinking, she raised her hand, and to everyone's shock, including her own, Captain Reed's weapon flew from his grasp, disassembling midair into harmless components. "How? How did you do that?" Jake gasped, staring at Samantha in awe. Zarthal's expression remained serene. "The gifts of your ancestors stir within her, as they do in all of you. Humanity is not merely a young race stumbling into the cosmic stage. You are the descendants of the most advanced civilization this galaxy has ever known." As if to demonstrate, Zarthal waved a hand, and suddenly the humans found themselves surrounded by a holographic display of the galaxy. Specific points lit up, revealing hidden structures and ancient technologies scattered across countless worlds. Eons ago, the progenitors, your ancestors, seeded this galaxy with life, Zarthal explained. They embedded their legacy in the very DNA of the species they created, but none more so than in humans. You were to be their ultimate legacy, destined to inherit their knowledge and power when the time was right. Samantha's mind reeled with the implications. But why now? Why have we been unaware of this for so long? Zarthal's eyes seemed to darken. The Galactic Confederation, in their fear of potential rivals, implemented measures to suppress the awakening of lesser species. They have kept humanity, and others, in a state of artificial evolutionary stasis, but no longer. As if on cue, alarms blared once again. Jake, who had managed to access a communication terminal, called out in panic. Multiple Confederation warships just entered the system. They're demanding we surrender the station and terminate all personnel to prevent contamination. The gravity of the situation hit everyone at once. They were caught between two immensely powerful forces, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. Zarthal turned to Samantha, his gaze intense. "The choice is yours, children of Earth. Embrace your heritage and stand against those who would keep you chained, or reject it and fade into cosmic insignificance." Samantha felt the eyes of every human on the station upon her. In that moment, she realized that her next decision would alter the course of human history forever. The power within her surged, demanding release, promising a future where humanity would no longer be relegated to the shadows of galactic affairs. With a deep breath, she stepped forward, her voice steady and resolute. "Teach us. Awaken us. It's time for humanity to claim its place among the stars." As soon as the words left her mouth, a wave of energy pulsed through the station. Every human felt the stirring of ancient power within them, a cosmic birthright long denied. Zarthal nodded solemnly. "Then let the awakening begin in earnest. But be warned, the path ahead is fraught with peril. The Confederation will not relinquish their power easily." Outside, the Confederation warships moved into attack position, their weapons charging. The human colonists of Proxima Centauri, newly awakened and barely understanding their burgeoning abilities, stood on the precipice of a war that would reshape the galaxy. Samantha, her hands glowing with nascent energy, turned to face the approaching threat. Humanity's trial by fire was about to begin, and the stars themselves would bear witness to their ascension. The battle for Proxima. As Confederation warships closed in on Proxima Centauri Research Station, newly awakened humans prepared for their first true test. Dr. Samantha Chen, her body crackling with energy, stood at the command center alongside Zarthal and Captain Reed. "We can't possibly fight off an entire Confederation fleet," Reed argued, his military training at odds with the unprecedented situation. Samantha's eyes glowed with an inner light. "We don't have to fight them off. We just need to survive long enough to fully awaken our abilities." Zarthal nodded approvingly. "The knowledge of ages lies dormant within you. Trust in your instincts and let the power flow." As if on cue, the first volley of Confederation energy weapons struck the station's shields. To everyone's amazement, Samantha raised her hands instinctively, and a shimmering barrier of pure energy enveloped the entire structure. How? How did you do that? Jake gasped, his own hands beginning to glow. I don't know, Samantha admitted. I just felt it was possible. All around the station, humans were discovering abilities they never knew they possessed. Some found they could manipulate energy, others tapped into vast reservoirs of knowledge, and still others exhibited enhanced physical capabilities. The Confederation, expecting an easy victory, was met with unprecedented resistance. Human-piloted ships, their crews suddenly able to interface directly with their vessels, performed maneuvers that defied physics. On the station itself, researchers and technicians worked in perfect harmony, their minds linked in a collective consciousness that accelerated their learning and adaptation. Admiral Xenthor, commander of the Confederation fleet, watched in disbelief as his ships were outmaneuvered and neutralized by what should have been an inferior force. Impossible, he muttered. They were nothing but primitives mere hours ago. As the battle raged, news of the awakening spread across human colonies. From Earth to the farthest human outposts, people felt the stirring of ancient power. The Galactic Confederation, realizing the magnitude of the threat, mobilized its full might. Back at Proxima, Samantha and her fellow humans had successfully repelled the initial attack. But as they celebrated their victory, Zarthal's expression grew somber. This is but the first skirmish, the progenitor warned. The real war for humanity's future is about to begin. As if to underscore his words, long-range sensors detected massive fleet movements across the galaxy. The Confederation was converging on every human world, determined to end the awakening before it could fully take root. Samantha, her mind expanded beyond her wildest dreams, made a decision. We need to spread out, she declared. Teach others, awaken as many as we can. It's our only chance. And so, as the galaxy plunged into chaos, the newly empowered humans of Proxima Centauri prepared to scatter across the stars, carrying with them the spark of a revolution that would change the course of cosmic history. Last edited 12 hours ago. Galactic Uprising. In the weeks that followed the Battle of Proxima, the galaxy erupted into a frenzy of conflict and transformation. Human colonies, long dismissed as insignificant outposts, became beacons of resistance against Confederation oppression. On Earth, the cradle of humanity, the awakening hit with particular intensity. Zara Mills, a young artist in New York, found herself able to create sculptures that defied the laws of physics. In Beijing, Dr. Liu Wei unlocked the secrets of faster-than-light travel through sheer mental power. Across the planet, humans were transcending their former limitations in ways that both thrilled and terrified them. The Confederation's attempt to contain the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Every suppressed world, inspired by humanity's defiance, began to revolt. Species that had long accepted their place in the galactic hierarchy now dared to dream of freedom and power. Amidst this chaos, Dr. Samantha Chen and her team from Proxima became legend. They traveled from world to world, awakening humans and allies alike, always staying one step ahead of Confederation forces. On the jungle world of Karis, Samantha stood before a gathering of both humans and native Carasians. The power to shape your destiny lies within you, she proclaimed, her words translating perfectly in the minds of all present. The Confederation kept us ignorant and weak, but no more. Today we claim our birthright. As she spoke, the assembled beings felt the stirring of ancient abilities. Carasian elders, their tree-like bodies pulsing with new energy, pledged their world to the cause of freedom. But not all awakenings were peaceful. On the mining colony of Darius IV, newly empowered humans clashed with Confederation loyalists. The space around the planet became a graveyard of ships as both sides unleashed powers they barely understood. Jake Thompson, once Samantha's eager assistant, now led a team of his own. On the ice world of Glacius, he helped the native population tap into thermal energies that had laid dormant for millennia. This is about more than just humans, he realized. We're reshaping the very fabric of galactic society. As victories mounted, so did the stakes. The Confederation, its grip on power slipping, resorted to increasingly desperate measures. Entire star systems were quarantined, and there were whispers of superweapons capable of stripping entire species of their newfound abilities. In response, Samantha and other awakened leaders formed the Alliance of Free Worlds. This coalition of humans and allied species vowed to overthrow the Confederation and usher in a new era of galactic cooperation. As the conflict escalated, both sides knew that the final confrontation was inevitable. The fate of not just humanity, but countless species across the galaxy hung in the balance. Zarthal, watching the unfolding events with a mixture of pride and concern, murmured to himself, "And so the children of the progenitors rise at last. May they have the wisdom to use their power well." The nexus of power. As the galactic conflict reached its zenith, both the Alliance of Free Worlds and the Confederation raced to uncover the source of humanity's awakening. Rumors spread of an ancient progenitor installation known as the Nexus, said to hold the key to unlocking the full potential of awakened species. Dr. Samantha Chen, now a revered leader of the Alliance, led a daring expedition into uncharted space. Her ship, the Starfire, was crewed by a diverse team of humans and allied species, each bringing unique awakened abilities to the mission. "We're picking up some strange energy readings," reported Kira, a Lyran navigator with the ability to perceive quantum fluctuations, "unlike anything I've ever seen." As they approached the coordinates, a massive structure shimmered into existence. The Nexus was a breathtaking sight, a colossal spherical construct that pulsed with living energy. But they weren't alone. A Confederation battle fleet, led by the infamous Admiral Xanthor, dropped out of hyperspace moments later. "So the vaunted Dr. Chen," Xanthor's voice crackled over the comms. "Surrender now, and perhaps we'll allow some of your kind to survive as our servants." Samantha's eyes narrowed. "Humanity will never kneel again, Admiral. None of us will." What followed was a battle that would be remembered for generations. The Starfire and its escorts clashed with Confederation forces, their awakened crews performing feats of piloting and combat that defied belief. Meanwhile, Samantha led a small team onto the Nexus itself. The interior was a maze of pulsing energy conduits and holographic interfaces that responded to their very thoughts. As they delved deeper, they encountered echoes of the past, holographic messages from the progenitors themselves. "Our children," one ancient figure proclaimed, "if you are witnessing this, then the time of ascension is at hand. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. The future of the galaxy rests in your hands." At the heart of the Nexus, Samantha and her team found what they had been searching for: the Cosmic Codex, a repository of all progenitor knowledge and the key to fully awakening the potential in all sentient beings. But as Samantha reached for the Codex, a gravelly voice interrupted. "I'll take that, Doctor." Admiral Xanthor stood in the doorway, flanked by his elite guard. The room erupted into chaos. Energy blasts and telekinetic forces clashed as both sides fought for control of the Codex. Samantha, drawing on powers she never knew she possessed, found herself in direct confrontation with Xanthor. "Why do you resist?" Xanthor snarled. "Think of the order we could bring to the galaxy with this power." Samantha's voice was calm but resolute. "Order without freedom is just another form of slavery. Humanity has tasted true freedom and will never go back." As their battle reached its climax, the Nexus itself seemed to respond. The Cosmic Codex pulsed with blinding light, and for a moment, everyone in the room felt the full weight of the choice before them: a future of controlled order or chaotic freedom. In that instant of clarity, the true nature of the progenitor's gift became clear. It wasn't just about power, it was about the wisdom to use that power responsibly. As the light faded, both Samantha and Xanthor reached for the Codex, the fate of the galaxy hanging on who would grasp it first. The choice: Time seemed to stand still as Samantha and Senthor's hands hovered over the cosmic codex. The ancient artifact pulsed with energy, as if aware of the monumental decision about to be made. In that frozen moment, visions flooded their minds, glimpses of possible futures branching out before them. They saw worlds flourishing under benevolent guidance, but also the potential for tyranny and oppression. They witnessed the chaos of unbridled freedom, yet also the incredible innovations born from diversity and choice. Samantha, her mind expanded by the Nexus, suddenly understood. "It's not about who controls the power," she gasped. "It's about choosing to share it." Before Senthor could react, Samantha made her decision. Instead of grasping the codex, she placed her hand upon it and willed its knowledge to spread, not just to her allies, but to everyone in the galaxy, including the Confederation forces. The Nexus thrummed with power, and a wave of energy pulsed outward, crossing vast distances in an instant. Across the galaxy, beings of all species felt the touch of awakening. On distant worlds, Confederation citizens found themselves suddenly empowered, their perceptions expanded. Many were horrified as they realized the truth of their society's oppression. Others, like Exenthor, struggled with the weight of their past actions seen through newly enlightened eyes. The battle around the Nexus ground to a halt as both Alliance and Confederation forces grappled with their newfound awareness. Ships hung motionless in space as their crews experienced a collective epiphany. Back on the Nexus, Senthor fell to his knees. What have you done?" he whispered, his voice a mixture of awe and fear. Samantha's voice was gentle but firm. "I've given everyone the choice you tried to keep from them. The age of secrets and suppression is over." As the initial shock wore off, the true implications of Samantha's action became clear. The balance of power in the galaxy had not just shifted, it had been completely upended. No longer could any one group claim superiority or the right to rule over others. Across the stars, age-old conflicts paused as former enemies looked at each other with new understanding. The Confederation's hold on power crumbled as its own citizens demanded change. Yet with this great awakening came great challenges. Some, unable to handle their newfound powers, lashed out in confusion and fear. Others saw opportunity in the chaos, seeking to carve out new empires. Samantha, standing amidst the swirling energies of the Nexus, knew that the real work was just beginning. The galaxy had been given a fresh start, but it would take wisdom, compassion, and courage to forge a new path forward. As the cosmic codex's light faded, Samantha turned to her diverse crew, humans and aliens alike. "We've won our freedom," she declared. "Now we have to prove we deserve it." The fate of countless worlds now hung in the balance, with humanity poised to play a central role in shaping the galaxy's future. The greatest adventure in cosmic history was about to unfold. Last edited 12 hours ago. A new dawn. In the years that followed the event now known as the Great Awakening, the galaxy underwent a transformation unlike any in its history. The old power structures crumbled, replaced by a complex tapestry of alliances, independent worlds, and new forms of governance that defied traditional categorization. Humanity, once a minor player on the galactic stage, now found itself at the forefront of this new era. Their unique blend of adaptability, creativity, and newfound abilities made them natural leaders in navigating the challenges of a fully awakened galaxy. Dr. Samantha Chen, hailed by many as the catalyst of the awakening, worked tirelessly to help forge a new galactic community. The Alliance of Free Worlds evolved into the Galactic Cooperative, a loose federation of awakened worlds dedicated to mutual aid and the responsible use of their newfound powers. On Earth, the changes were profound. Cities transformed as awakened architects and engineers pushed the boundaries of what was possible. Art took on new dimensions, with creators able to infuse their works with emotions and experiences that transcended traditional senses. Jake Thompson, Samantha's former assistant, now led the Awakened Academy on Mars, teaching new generations how to harness and control their abilities. "Remember," he often told his students, Our power comes with a duty to all sentient life. But the new era was not without its challenges. Some beings, intoxicated by their abilities, caused chaos and destruction. The former Confederation worlds struggled to rebuild their societies on more equitable terms, and there were whispers of ancient threats stirring in the dark spaces between galaxies, drawn by the surge of awakened energy. Zarthal and the progenitors, their role as guardians fulfilled, prepared to depart for dimensions beyond human comprehension. Before leaving, Zarthal met with Samantha one last time. "You have surpassed our greatest hopes," the ancient being said, its form shimmering with otherworldly energy. "The future of this galaxy is now in your hands." Samantha, her own powers now rivaling those of the progenitors, nodded solemnly. "We'll face whatever comes together, as equals." As news spread of previously unknown species making contact, drawn by the wave of awakening, humanity realized that their journey was far from over. They had claimed their place among the stars, but the true test of their worth was just beginning. The galaxy, once rigidly controlled, now pulsed with the energy of billions of awakened minds. It was an era of unprecedented discovery, collaboration, and potential. But it was also a time of great responsibility, where the choices of individuals could shape the fate of entire civilizations. In this new cosmic order, humanity's greatest strengths, their curiosity, their adaptability, their capacity for both logic and emotion, positioned them as mediators and innovators. They became bridge builders between disparate species, problem solvers in cosmic disputes, and explorers pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. As Samantha stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, a massive space habitat at the former borders of human and Confederation space, she reflected on the journey that had brought them here. The stars seemed brighter somehow, alive with possibility. A group of young cadets, a mix of humans and various alien species, approached her with excitement. "Dr. Chen," one asked, eyes shining, "where do we go from here?" Samantha smiled, gesturing to the starfield before them.